welcome back to Literacy. We are going to be writing our first set of instructions today, and you're going to be doing the same thing at home. So I have got a nice template for my set of instructions today, and we are going to be trying really hard to use the bossy words and the time words that we've been learning all week. And you guys have got very good at that this week. So hopefully we should be able to write a good set of instructions today. Now, at the top, we spoke about this a little bit before, but at the top, there is a big title that tells us about what our instructions are going to tell us to do. So this says, how to wash your hands properly. So I'm not going to be writing instructions about how to bake a cake, because the title tells us what our instructions are about. So we are going to be writing some instructions today about how to wash our hands properly. So there's two things on this sheet that we need to do. The first one is something we haven't done yet, and this says you will need. And in this box here, it's got a little section for us to write down all the things we might need before we start our instructions. And that way, if someone's following our instructions, they can look at this little box first and they can go, oh, well, I need to get these things together before I can do what I need to do. So how to wash your hands properly, what will we need? What could I add into my you will need part of my instructions? Well, I'll need water. I can't wash my hands without water, so you will need water. Water. Good. What else will I need to wash my hands properly? Soap. We can't wash our hands properly. We can't wash those germs away if we haven't got soap. So, goats on a boat. O. So that's an O and an A. Soap. Soap. Water and soap. They are two of the key things, and we might want to dry our hands after. So we might want to say that you need a hand dryer or a paper towel. So I'm going to say a paper towel. So towel. Water, soap, paper towel. Once you finish the you will need, we are ready to write our instructions. So we're going to start off every instruction using a time word, and then we're going to add a bossy word to tell someone what to do. So, how to wash your hands properly. What time word do I use for the very beginning instruction? First. So when you're washing your hands, think about what you do. So first, you have to get your hands wet, don't you? You get your hands wet. So I'm going to say first, get your hands wet. And that way I've used the time word first, and I've used the word get as my bossy word. So capital letter at the beginning of every sentence. So just because we're writing instructions doesn't mean we don't forget our capital letters, our finger spaces, and our full stops. So first, so capital letter, because it's the beginning of my sentence. First, finger space, get, your, it's a tricky word, it's spelled like you, so and then add a your hands, hands, finger space, wet, and a full stop because that's the end of my instruction. First, get your hands wet. So I'm not saying about what I do when I wash my hands. I don't say first I get my hands wet, because you're giving an instruction. You're telling someone how to do it. So we're not talking about how we've done it before. We're telling someone how to do it. So we talk in that present tense again, talk like we're talking to someone now. So first get your hands wet. What do you do once you've got your hands wet? You put soap on. but we need to remember the time word before we write that sentence. So first, get your hands wet. Who can think of a time word? Remember, at home, you should have your bossy word and your time word word bank posters that you made on Monday. You can use that to help you today. So we're going to say next. So first, get your hands wet. Next, put on some soap. So, full stop. Now with instructions, it's a little bit different to when we're writing a story, because when we do our full stop, we then start on the next line for our next instruction, so we're very, very clear. So I finished here. I'm not going to start next to my full stop. I'm going to start on a new line for my next sentence. So first, get your hands wet. Next, put on some soap. Can you help? What happens after you put soap on? So I've got my hands wet. I put on some soap. What do I have to do? I have to rub it in. But I'm not just going to rub it in. I need to use a time word. So I've used first. I've used next. After. After, rub it in. Rub it in. Full stop. After, rub it in. Very, very good. Now, we've done first get your hands wet. Next, put on some soap. After, rub it in. What do you do once you've rubbed it in? Yeah, then we can use a time word, and we haven't used then yet. Then, wash it off. So capital letter, because it's the beginning of my sentence. Wash it off. Full stop, end of my sentence. So first, get your hands wet. Next, put on some soap. After, rub it in. Then, wash it off. And once you've washed it off, what do you have to do? Finally, it's our last instruction. Finally, dry your hands. So finally, capital letter, finally, dry your, that's you, it's like the tricky word you, but with an on the end. So, dry your hands. Full stop. So there we have it. We have written our set of instructions about how to wash our hands. So very quickly, before we finish, I'm going to get two different colours. I'm going to get green and I'm going to get red. And first of all, I'm going to underline my time words to make sure that I've used them all. You don't have to do this at home. This is just for me to show you where they are in the instructions. So, first of all, I'm going to do my time words. We've got them at the very beginning of every sentence. So I've said first, next, after, then, and finally. So they're my time words. I've definitely remembered to use those. Now, let's find our bossy words. So first, get. That's my bossy word. So I'm saying first, get your hands wet. Next, put on some soap. After, rub it in. Then, wash it off. Finally, dry your hands. So after every time word, I've used a bossy word to tell somebody what they need to do. So you're going to have a go at writing your instructions about how to wash your hands properly. You've got the same template as me, so start off by telling me what you need and then have a go at writing your instructions, remembering your time words, remembering your bossy words, But also, remembering all of those things are super important when you're writing a sentence. So starting it with a capital letter, using a finger space after every word, and finishing each sentence with a full stop. Well done. Have fun writing your instructions, and I will see you again tomorrow.